So Chess Dave, in the chess forums, sent me this game for analysis, and this game is extremely instructive. Let's analyze the game. Before we analyze, if you would like to analyze one of the games and would like to send it to me, well, you can email me directly on darknightattack@gmail.com or send me a message on chess.com. I have two profiles. One is Dark Knight Attack, and the other one is The Dark Knight Show. So let's go forward and let's see this very instructive game. And here Chess Dave with the white pieces played the move e4. And of course, you know the basics. In chess, why do you want to control the center? Because if you won't control the center, opponent will, and you might get in trouble. There are openings where you allow that and attack the center. It's a different story. But right now, Chess Dave plays a classical opening. That's pretty good. Opponent is trying to maintain the center, maintain the pawn in the center. Very good. And Chess Dave trying to get rid of the knight to pick up this pawn. Now, opponent ignores. Opponent says, hey, I'm not going to protect my pawn. I'll go for this pawn here, counter attack. So Chess Dave says, okay, fine, you can take this pawn, but then later my rook will have open e line to attack your knight and the pawn. So opponent says, okay, I'm not taking it. I do get the point, and attacks the bishop. And here actually, white had an opportunity to win a pawn. How white could do that? Well, if we were to calculate quickly, white can take this pawn now. I mean, the knight now. Opponent would take back and win the pawn. And if he would take the pawn, then trouble. And same thing would happen here. If the queen would try to attack these two things at the same time, the knight would go back, and then ciao ciao. So here Chess Dave did have the opportunity to take a knight and then win the pawn. He decided to go back, and that's perfectly fine, not a problem. Opponent develops the bishop, okay, perfectly fine. And here, Chess Dave decided to take the pawn. If we were to calculate, it is easy enough to calculate. You can sacrifice the knight for a pawn to follow it up with a pawn fork and win the piece back. And he did a fantastic job finding that, pushed the pawn, and then took the knight. Okay, that's all good. Now, in this position, as you can see, white can continue to develop normally. There's nothing wrong with developing the knight or developing the bishop, but actually there is. It's not even a threat, actually. Taking this pawn is not a threat. Later I'll show you why it's not a threat. But white found the best move in the position, and that was to win a tempo over this unprotected piece. In chess, if you can't win an unprotected piece, try to win tempo over it. At least it will help you accelerate your development, might help you get initiative, will help you improve your position, and improving position is equal to getting closer to victory. So here he pushed a pawn to f4, kicking the bishop. The bishop had nowhere but to go back, and then pawn goes forward, forking. Opponent is not losing the piece. He did see all that and moved the bishop with check. So white doesn't have time to take the knight. We do get the point. The king has to move. So the king moves to a safe square, and then the knight goes here. And here, pause the video and try to find a good move for white. Black has many unprotected pieces, at least 3. 1, 2, 3. You just have to find a move that's going to attack 2 of them. It's quite simple. So Chess Dave had the opportunity to play this move, to fork. It's disaster for opponent. It was winning. He decided to play this move. That's perfectly fine. It does miss the best move, but still this move is not horrible. White still has slight advantage here, and here opponent protects. Chess Dave trades opponent's more active bishop for his less active bishop, so I like it. And then he gets a knight out. That's all good. Trades happen. That's perfectly fine. This move is very tricky. This move is about trapping the bishop. So he just creates space so that when opponent would attack, the bishop would run away. So he was doing a very good job of understanding opponent's moves. I like it. And later in the game, you'll see he did another fantastic job of attacking on one specific part of the board. And here, viewers, you have a golden opportunity to see how attacks should work. And even before attacking, what you should do in general. You want to get as many pieces into the attack, and in this game, Chess Dave literally brought every single piece that he had into the attack, and then went forward. And from here, it's just byproduct of the good things that he has already done. From here, he just continues to press forward and attacks the pawn. Okay, opponent protects, and then pushes the f pawn. You can see all these pieces are so well lined up to attack the king side, and opponent's pieces are scattered, and they are not doing a fantastic job of protecting the king. White has material advantage. Yes, number wise, you could say that it's even, you know. But now white has more amount of material attacking the king side. That's why the chances are pretty high to for the attack to work for white. And here, Chess Dave moves the queen forward, hinting at this move to checkmate. That was a pretty cool move. Opponent did understand, plays the move here to go back and avoid checkmate. It's all good and understandable. And of course, opponent didn't take the bishop, of course, otherwise you know what happened. Chess Dave moves the rook up to go here. You can see it's very instructive. Attack happening. No queen trade when you're attacking. Don't straight all your attackers, and your opponent makes a mistake. And of course, we could criticize that opponent made a mistake here, but hey, let's be honest. In difficult position, humans do collapse sooner or later, and opponent did. Move the queen here, attacking the rook, but it was not even a real threat because taking this pawn allows checkmate threats, so opponent wouldn't even have time to take a rook. And here, a beautiful bishop sacrifice opens this line, and the rook appears, threatening checkmate. And opponent just sacrificed the bishop just to delay the inevitable. And here, opponent just gave up the queen because there was no way out. And Chess Dave went on to win the game. Very, very instructive game. Instructive for the viewers. The way he attacked at the end, instructive for him. Because he had two opportunities early in the game. Number one was to take the knight and win the pawn. Number two was a very simple tactic later in the game, and it was about a simple fork of unprotected pieces. So he should always take into consideration all the unprotected pieces on the board and try to look for moves that would attack those unprotected pieces. Chess Dave, make sure to do that, and you guys make sure to send me more and more games for analysis, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next one. Ciao.